Welcome to Catalyst Grid. My name is Kingsley Imufua, lead scheduler with DC Nordics. Today we are diving into episode 06 of our series, Project Execution, Updating Progress and Recording Actuals. This is where the plan meets reality. It's the phase where we measure our performance against the baseline. Establishing a regular update cycle is fundamental to maintaining an accurate and reliable project schedule. We will cover the update cycle, percent complete types, and how to correctly apply the data date. By the end of this episode, you will be able to produce an accurate current schedule that stands up to scrutiny. In P6, set the data date when you open the schedule dialog. This is the as of date for your report. Every update you make to activity status and costs is implicitly reported against this specific date. A common error is applying an update with the wrong data date. This simple mistake can distort your metrics. It shifts all future work incorrectly. Always verify your data date before you hit that schedule button. Lock this date and communicate it clearly to your update contributors to ensure data integrity. Think of the data date as the vertical line that separates the past from the future in your schedule. Everything to the left is actual, and everything to the right is remaining or planned work. Now let's look at how P6 calculates progress through the 3% complete types. Duration percent complete is the first type. It is calculated automatically based on elapsed time. If a 10-day task is 5 days in, P6 shows 50%. This is a measure of time, not work. Just because half the time has passed doesn't mean half the work is done. That's why we have other types. Units percent complete is based on actual versus budgeted resource hours consumed. If your crew has worked 400 of 800 budgeted hours, it shows 50% units complete. Physical percent complete is the third type, and it is arguably the most important for accuracy. Under resources, you can manually override actual cost if field data differs from P6's calculations. This is the gold standard for accurate earned value. Most clients and PMOs will require this. It forces you to measure what was actually built rather than just relying on how much time has passed. When recording actuals for completed activities, always record both the actual start and actual finish. P6 will automatically set the physical percent complete to 100% once a finish date is entered. Remaining duration represents how many working days are still needed to complete the task. Remaining duration, how many working days are still needed to complete the task. Remember, remaining duration and physical percent complete are not always mathematically linked. A task that is 60% physically complete may still have 6 remaining days, not just 40%. Use field data for these updates. Do not rely on arithmetic assumptions that may hide delays. Under the Activity Details, Resources tab, you can manually override actual cost if your field cost data differs. Always document why overrides are applied. In a dispute situation, unexplained cost entries are a liability. Proper documentation ensures that your cost data is defensible during a project audit or claim. Be aware of the setting, calculate costs from units. If checked, P6 will auto-calculate costs based on hours. If you have specific labor rates or lump sum costs from the field, you may need to uncheck this for manual entry. This data feeds directly into your earned value metrics, so precision here is non-negotiable. In a forensic analysis, your actual cost and unit records will be the primary source of truth. Once the data is in, it's time to apply the update and see the impact on our schedule. Go to Tools, then Apply Actuals. This is the process that officially records the progress. The confirmation dialog will appear. Once you confirm, P6 will process the dates and costs. Save this updated schedule with a clear naming convention. Never overwrite your previous update. Keep a full update history. This is your forensic record and it is invaluable for delay analysis. Always review the schedule log after an update to check for errors or unsatisfied constraints. Observe how the update changes the critical path. Delays in one area can shift the entire finish date. If an activity falls behind its planned duration, its float will decrease and it may become critical. Finally, let's tackle one of the most common issues: out-of-sequence progress. P6 handles this through the retained logic versus progress override scheduling options. Retained logic preserves the original network logic. It delays the successor back in line. Progress override allows the out-of-sequence work to stand and reschedules the remaining work. For most construction projects, retained logic is the correct setting to maintain schedule integrity. Choosing retained logic ensures that you are not creating an unrealistic plan that ignores dependencies. If you do use progress override, ensure the reasons are formally documented and approved. Progress override can sometimes create negative float or hide the true impact of a predecessor delay. Always compare the results. Knowing which setting to use is what separates a novice from a master. Aim for 0 out-of-sequence activities by updating logic to reflect the actual path of construction. And that brings us to our series signal. In our next episode, we will look at analyzing the schedule. We'll explore how to identify delays and mitigate them before they impact the project finish. Mastering the update process is the first step in effective project control and schedule management. This has been episode 06 of Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Imufua, and I'll see you in the next one. If you found this useful, please subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video. Your engagement helps us build a stronger community of project control professionals worldwide. Thank you for watching and stay focused on those project controls. See you in the next episode.